34th week in Ordinary Time, November 27, Monday. As Daniel was resolved not to make himself unclean with the king's food or wine, he begged the chief eunuch to spare him this defilement. By the grace of God, the chief eunuch had been sympathetic to Daniel, but he was afraid of the king, so he said, "If the king, who has allotted your food and drink, sees that you look more emaciated than the other young men of your age, he might think ill of me. It will put my life in danger to give in to your wish." Daniel then turned to the steward whom the chief eunuch had put in charge of Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. "Please test your servants for 10 days. Give us only vegetables to eat and water to drink, and see how we look in comparison with the young men who eat food from the king's table. Then treat us in accordance with what you see." The steward agreed and tested them for 10 days, at the end of which they looked healthier and better fed than any of the young men who ate the king's food. So the steward continued to give them vegetables instead of the choice food and wine. To these 4 youths, God gave wisdom and proficiency in literature, and to Daniel the gift of interpreting visions and dreams. At the end of the period set by the king for the youth's training, the chief eunuch presented them to Nebuchadnezzar. The king talked with them and found none to equal Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. These 4 became members of the king's court. In any matter of wisdom and discernment about which the king consulted, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and enchanters in his whole kingdom. Gospel. Jesus looked up and saw rich people putting their gifts into the treasury of the temple. He also saw a poor widow who dropped in 2 small coins, and he said, "Truly I tell you, this poor widow put in more than all of them, for all of them gave an offering from their plenty, but she, out of her poverty, gave all she had to live on."